In this, it showcases not only the special talents that some of these guys on this team have, but the people that they are. And it gets to see that behind the scene look. So I wanted people to see how we went about our business every single day. And I mean, there was so much pressure going into the season. Why not go out and maximize this opportunity? I'm in this place in Kansas City at the perfect time to go out there and win Super Bowls and to have chances to compete for them. You have a Hall of Fame tight end, a Hall of Fame coach, Hall of Fame defensive lineman, a lot of other great players around that have chances to make the Hall of Fame. And why not go out and give everything I have to go out and achieve that? And I'm excited for people to see that.
Damn it!
It's supposed to. Just a lesson.
Eagles fly in Super Bowl 59.
But it's also something you can build off of. It's gonna hurt. They was the better team today. You gotta accept that shit. When you accept it, you work hard. It takes everything. Everything, man. Just to make it. It takes even more to win it.
The greatest day in the history of Kansas City.
To the people of Kansas City, this trophy really belongs to them.
I remember my mother saying after Super Bowl IV that she assumed that they would be back in the Super Bowl every year.
This has arguably been the worst football season, and it's a franchise that's had a lot of bad seasons.
This team was the worst team in football at the time. I figured, well, if I can get a quarterback here.
The Kansas City Chiefs select Patrick Mahomes II.
It'll be your first trophy.
Maybe the best play yet of Mahomes' incredible career.
I don't know why everybody be waiting on our downfall. But it became the New Age Patriots. We used to be so loved.
When you're winning, people look at you and they're like, you're the villain.
Disaster.
It's clear the Chiefs are public enemy number one.
A lot of people are sick and tired of the Chiefs.
Cut the cameras real quick. Hey, let's play better football. But in order to be great, we got to play better than what we're playing like.
The national conversation, the officials are in the Chiefs' pocket.
Part of being on winning teams is everything you do being under a microscope.
Everything's not roses in anybody's life. Or you wouldn't be able to appreciate the roses.
City.
When each one of us goes out there and does our job today, we're going to be one step closer to greatness.
Cheers.
You can't doubt the Chiefs. You can disrespect the Chiefs. You're going to have to deal with the Chiefs. Oh!
Now the Chiefs are on the doorstep of history. It is a dynasty.
Chiefs Kingdom!
Go Chiefs. Go Chiefs.
This team has been on a mission with the biggest of targets on its back.
Not very many times in your life will you be the best in the world at something. So you cherish it.
They are on center stage where the entire world is watching.
Would the pressure of making history ultimately be what undid them?
Everybody in this circle earned this fucking moment.
Let's make history! History!
Listen to it flow, watch the sun rise.
Was that glasses in there?
No.
Oh.
Okay. So I did my outfits.
Yep.
The TV's by the car.
Yep.
I gotta get my PlayStation still. The Apple TV's by the car, right?
Yeah, with the TV, I think.
I think we're good.
Perfect.
Bye-bye. Love y'all.
Starting route to Missouri Western State University.
I'm interested to see what camp looks like this year. Obviously, we got a new fan base with the Swifties coming, so I'm interested to see like if it's even crazier, if that makes sense. We got a lot of media around us.
Welcome back to St. Joe.
What would be success this year?
Super Bowl. That's it.
Failure.
Not winning the Super Bowl. Every year, that's the only goal that you have. And if we don't win it, it's a failure.
From the very beginning, the first seconds after winning Super Bowl 58, the confetti's still flying down on our heads. And Patrick's already thinking about the 2024 season.
I want 3.
We got to get 3.
3. No one's ever got 3. 3. No one's ever got 3. I want back-to-back.
Everybody knows this is a chance of a lifetime. And are the chances slim in pulling it off? Yeah.
Oh, baby, they're going to win this thing. Super Bowl champions again. Back-to-back. Back-to-back Super Bowl champions.
2 in a row. How sweet it is.
In the modern history of pro football, 8 teams have attempted to win a 3rd Super Bowl, to three-peat. None of them have ever done it.
And 2 consecutive Super Bowl championships will come to an end.
The NFL at its most basic structure is a league that's designed for there not to be a dynasty.
It's very difficult to retain great talent in the NFL. Guys get injured all the time.
This crowd is very quiet when their star player is on the ground.
In football, it's not the best out of 5. It's one game. You got one game. That's it. I was tired of answering the three-peat. Everybody wants a piece of our ass. It was so emotionally draining on me as the quarterback that I wished I had retired up to my 9th year. I was that exhausted. That's why I marvel at Mahomes. He's like a little kid out there.
The Chiefs have won! Yeah! There is a back-to-back Super Bowl champion.
They've won 2 in a row, and they're going on 3.
Those are good, man. How you doing? Good. What's up?
For those of you who don't know me, I'm Clark Hunt. I'm the chairman and CEO of the Chiefs, and we're excited to be back here in St. Joe for training camp, and I truly believe this is where the foundation is laid. Our goal this year is going to be to make it to New Orleans, participate in Super Bowl 59, and win another Lombardi Trophy, becoming the first team in the Super Bowl era to win 3 Lombardi Trophies back to back to back.
One of the coolest things about being here in Kansas City is that it does feel like a big old family. We've been fortunate to have a lot of the same guys come in, year out. So the core group has been here for quite a bit now.
Celebrate. Be you. Make one to remember, Coach.
It starts with Andy Reid. Andy is the guy that I think makes it all go. He's like the Wizard of Oz. He just gets it done behind the screen. Brett Veach as GM has been unbelievable in developing talent and putting a roster together that works.
The game is controlled by the big men up front, man.
Chris Jones is a tremendous athlete. He's an incredibly undervalued piece of this winning puzzle.
Big time rush, Chris Jones.
Sack Chris Jones! Let's go!
The quarterback is Patrick Mahomes. He's incredibly decorated, the likes of which maybe we've never seen before.
Incredible, improbable Mahomes pass.
Let's go! They're going to talk about this forever, baby.
There's Travis Kelce, who is his tight end, who's been there for even longer than Patrick Mahomes, who has this unbelievable telepathy with Patrick Mahomes that makes them able to do things on a football field that other quarterback tight end combinations can't do.
One of the greatest duos in the history of the National Football League.
And he's dating the biggest star in the world in Taylor Swift.
Hey, Travis. Hey, Taylor.
I asked Travis, after staying the summer at 5-star hotels around the world, what was it going to be like to come back for training camp? And he said he missed the cinder block walls of training camp.
I've got to run to keep from having, and I'm bound to keep on grinding. I've got one more silver dollar.
Hey, how about it, boys? How about it? Let's get after it. Let's get better today. I want to practice. Like, I want to be out here. I feel like I'm 20 again.
I can't see with this thing on!
What's up, baby?
This is our dream job. Everybody has spent their entire lives wanting to, play in the National Football League. Not only that, but play for championships, play for Super Bowls.
All day, baby, all day. Mindset today.
I think the model of success, it's just the desire to keep finding new ways to reach the mountaintop and to have that fire to do it every single year.
And I've dropped one more silver dollar.
Had is a multiple Super Bowl MVP. And then you look at Travis, he's dating like the most famous person in the world. Even if they weren't getting paid, they would be here because they genuinely love football.
No, I'm not gonna let it get you.
One of the untold stories of the success of Andy Reid is the way we approach our training camps.
We're going to wear you out today. We're going to see how much compete you got.
Andy Reid runs the toughest training camp in all of the NFL.
Hey, what are we doing? This is like the camels at the watering hole. Huh? 3 days?
Yes, sir.
Just stay on the guys, man. I'm going to do the same thing. So
We're all tricked into thinking that Andy Reid, this jolly man, is not a really talented, hard-driving coach. This is a head coach that demands excellence or you're gone.
Go to work. Lock in. Let's go.
Okay, yeah. Hey, we got to take charge? Hey, that's not the drill.
He's going to get every ounce of energy in every single practice. We have long drive drills.
Long drive drill. That's where Coach Reid would like to test the will of his players.
No huddle, 2 minute for 18 to 21 plays in a row.
Usually, at least what I've heard across the league, you'll probably do max 8 plays in like a rack. We do like 18, and that's at the very end of like a 2-hour and 30-minute practice.
Oh, man. That didn't tire y'all out? I said, please deliver me from this darkness. Whole conversation. God, I'm burnt out. Just give my legs a little more info.
In training camp, we're button heads. Guys get heated. Guys get in each other's face.
You're out there tired and your legs hurt and you know that you're going against one of the best quarterbacks of all time. Like, that takes you to another zone mentally.
That's where that foundation started, but it'll make the games easy.
The ultimate goal is another Super Bowl, is another championship ring, is another parade in Kansas City.
It's on everybody's face. Everybody knows. I've seen it in Kelce's eyes. I've seen it in Patrick's eyes.
I don't want to have any regrets when I end my career, and I know how special this moment is with this team, and I'm going to try to maximize it.
Check this out.
Just a random entrance.
Mm-hmm. It's the whole world.
I've been here for 8 years, never known this existed.
Wild, huh? We're one with the earth right here.
Man, you see how far in the distance this? Dude, this is crazy.
This is like a James Bond, like supervillain.
Hey, you might be on to something.
I feel like you go in there, yeah.
I'm with that. Little Indiana Jones.
You ought to get those legs turned to the If you're going to play for the Chiefs, it won't take long to learn that your head is used for more than thumping the opposition.
Not very many teams have a collection like this. We've got a lot of artifacts. It's perfect for telling the history of this franchise.
How we doing?
How about this?
Welcome to the underground. This is Bob Moore, the Chiefs historian. He was tasked with compiling the Chiefs archives, this is where we keep the history of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Are we allowed to touch?
Yeah.
All right. Just making sure.
This is an actual playbook from the 1960s.
65 horsepower trap.
We got to run that.
Travis, I want you to look at this check and tell me, what's it say?
It says exactly $48.50.
This is what I got paid for playing that game.
Back then, that was like $1 million, though, right?
Coach, Hank Stram wore this at practice.
All right, here we go. There it is. That's the spot.
I wouldn't look good in that.
I've seen Coach Reid in a pair of that.
Yeah, short shorts.
The picture behind you is the parade from Super Bowl IV. Similar route that you took the last couple of years.
How about that? They used to have the horses out here.
I remember my dad saying that was his favorite day of his life, was the parade.
This is the earliest document in the history of the American Football League and of this franchise.
Yeah, that dates back to 1959.
30 runs in the drought.
Oh, wow.
My dad was really detail-oriented, and he loved to put everything down on paper.
Like many wealthy Texas families, the Hunt's fortune is rooted in the oil industry.
Lamar Hunt, he was a man born of riches, yet with a humble, common passion for all sports, but especially pro football.
Most everything that's made the NFL the most popular sport in our country was basically the vision of Lamar Hunt.
The Super Bowl halftime show, the commercials, all that dates back to Lamar Hunt.
Names on the back of the jerseys, painting of the end zones, 2-point conversions, revenue sharing, our playoff structure. None of that existed before Lamar Hunt.
His vision helped transform pro football from a regional sport into a national passion.
My mother must have been bitten by a show business bug when she was pregnant with me, because one of the first things that always caught my attention was when there were big crowds. I loved seeing a full stadium.
My dad was a sportsman from his earliest days. For 30 or 40 years, he never missed a Cotton Bowl.
Fans at Dallas, Texas, see SMU get going against Penn State in the Cotton Bowl Classic.
He loved the whole experience, from the fans gathering outside the stadium pregame to the cheerleaders and the bands on the field.
I was always interested in football and did play, although very poorly, through the college level. I played at SMU.
He was a geology major at SMU. And after college, he followed his brothers around the world looking for oil and decided that's not what he wanted to do.
And so he made the decision to change and pursue his passion, which was pro sports. That started his journey towards talking to the NFL about bringing an expansion team to Dallas, which was ultimately something they weren't ready to do.
There's no excuse for expansion in the National Football League. Expansion can only weaken the personnel.
I remember very clearly, I was flying back to Dallas and my negotiation had really failed. And then the thought occurred to me, and it was literally like a light bulb going off. Hey, why wouldn't a new league succeed?
And there, during that flight on American Airlines stationery, he sketches out the plans for a new football league.
When Lamar Hunt was in his mid-20s, he started a new league, the American Football League.
The league will get a title of its own, and its owners will affectionately call themselves the Foolish Club.
It was the name given to those 8 owners of the AFL because people thought the venture would not succeed.
The NFL in the late 50s was pretty much entirely East Coast, the Midwestern area, and then 2 franchises in Los Angeles and San Francisco. So Lamar took advantage of that and ran with it.
It was Hunt bringing the thrills and color of professional football to areas, most of which had never seen the spectacular game.
There were markets that were not being served, and he felt like they could sustain and support a professional football franchise.
We feel like we'll find the American Football League championship resting in the hands of the Dallas Texans.
Once they make this announcement that they now have this league, the NFL does something to make Lamar Hunt angry.
His team was the Dallas Texans. The rival National Football League then organized the Dallas Cowboys.
I think it's very doubtful if Dallas can support 2 football teams, but that remains to be seen whether or not they will.
And of course, the best way to put the AFL out of business would have been to put the Dallas Texans and Lamar Hunt out of business because it was his brainchild.
They just don't know the DNA of Lamar Hunt because the only thing it does is make him more tenacious and more honorary that this thing is going to actually work.
Hunt's team, the Texans, became an artistic success. They won the American Football League championship in 1962. But the crowds necessary to support a sport which is expensive as well as exciting never came. It was for this reason that Hunt listened when Kansas City's civic leaders suggested that he move his team to Mid-America.
My dad liked the idea that the mayor and the city leaders were so supportive. And so he ultimately made the very difficult decision to bring the team to Kansas City, where they were rebranded the Chiefs.
Everything seemed perfect here with an owner, a very creative owner in Lamar Hunt.
Our team in Kansas City, we aren't really just Kansas City's team. We call our team Mid-America's team.
The AFL will appeal to its fans by establishing a wide-open, freewheeling style of football that will be in sharp contrast to the conservative style of football seen in NFL stadiums.
Pump it in there, baby. Just keep matriculating the ball down the field, boys.
When the team moved to Kansas City, my dad's creative side showed up in ways to make the game more attractive.
For Lamar, sports and entertainment were sort of interchangeable. The game day experience should be about something more than just the game.
What you are now seeing are outstanding examples of why American Football League has become the most talked about innovation in spectator sports.
No absentee owner, Hunt is a regular attendant at KC games and practices.
His unassuming nature is at times astonishing.
He often had holes in his shoes that he would go months, without fixing.
The first time I interviewed Lamar Hunt, I noticed he had a Band-Aid holding the frames of his glasses together.
I was going to an NFL league meeting in first class, and Lamar Hunt passed me, went back into coach, and there he was reading a book in a center seat in coach. But Lamar Hunt always had a little bit of the rebel in him. Okay, you're not going to let us into your little club? We're going to have our little club, and you know what we're going to do? In the American Football League, we're going to steal a bunch of your players.
By 1965, the war for players will become so costly, owners will begin to ponder such battles.
They started meeting so that they could see if they could find common ground to be able to merge the two leagues.
Chiefs owner Lamar Hunt and NFL Commissioner Pete Rozelle will bring the two leagues together when they announced to merge in 1966.
Who does this panel think won the war? I feel that's a league matter.
Most people would have thought, good idea, it'll never last. Lamar was right. His foolish club was right.
This is something that appeared that it would bring about a greater pro football, a greater league.
Lamar understands that it's bigger than simply this league. We're now getting ready to take this to a whole nother level.
And it is time for the Super Bowl.
My dad was somebody who had a vision for what things could become.
Are the world champions? Woo!
Certainly his vision for what a bigger National Football League could look like has become a reality.
What a day it is, because you know tonight, that glorious trek up that wonderful Lombardy Mountain begins.
It is packed out here, hundreds of cars waiting for the gates to open.
The fans have been ready for this moment for months.
Good. Thank you. That's great. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. You guys have fun, all right? Hey, how are you doing?
Three-Peat.
Yep.
Thank
all
you,
right.
sir.
Thank you. There you go.
Guys are going in with confidence, and we feel like at our best we can beat anybody.
Fire, let's go, baby!
Yeah! Hey, ain't nothing better than today. You get to go out there and dominate. Huh? Every time the ball comes your way, you make a play. We fly around, we make plays, we win the game. Playmakers on 3, 1, 2, 3.
I don't really feel the weight of the pressure of any of it. That's just who I am as a professional, and just never satisfied.
Yes, sir. Back like we never fucking left, dog.
Of all the championships we won, obviously this will be the most difficult, and I think no one here loses sight of that.
We know the expectation. We know the goal. Do the unthinkable and win the ring.
We rely on each other and we fucking dominate, man. We ain't got to talk about it. We know where the destination is. This is part of the journey, man.
I tell our guys all the time, I go, not very many times in your life from this point on will you be the best in the world at something. Just doesn't happen to people very often. So you cherish it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here tonight to commemorate our 4 Super Bowl championship teams and also to unveil the newest banner.
I don't think Lamar ever thought that he would have a team that would win 3 Super Bowls in 5 years. I think of him every time we've had a ring ceremony and we drop the banner, because I'm thinking, what would he think if he was here? Because this is way beyond his imagination.
Kansas City, this one is for you. Fourth quarter, season opening. And the Ravens playing from behind, trailing by 10.
Let's go.
It is ridiculous on how good the teams are. The win-loss margin in this league right now is crazy.
Keep rolling. Let's go. Keep rolling, baby.
When you're in those games against those kind of opponents, it's always going to come down to the end.
The quarter begins with 2nd and 17, and the Chiefs leading by 10. The Ravens on their heels just a bit. Lamar Jackson Chased by Chanel and Karlaftis to Likely downfield. Isaiah Likely with a block down the sideline. Likely inside the 5 to the end zone. Touchdown, Baltimore.
One last time. We go get in the end zone. Let's go. Let's go.
Yep.
Just being in these big games, guys have a perspective of let's just keep it close. Let's find a way to just figure some stuff out, and we'll find a way to win.
Chiefs leading 20-17. Mahomes will throw it right sideline, wide open with the catch. Xavier Worthy, 10-5, touchdown. Xavier Worthy in the end zone in the first game of his career.
Let's go, Andy. Let's go. Let's go. You good? Let's go. All right, let's roll.
Third down, 5 seconds left to go in the game. Ravens trailing 27-20 to the Chiefs.
Let's win. We got to win this. We got to win backed up, baby.
Ravens at the 10-yard line of Kansas City. Jackson takes the shotgun snap. Big rush by Kansas City. Spinning around is Jackson. He will throw it late at the back of the end zone, and the pass is caught. It's a touchdown for the Ravens by Isaiah Likely.
Ruling on the field is a touchdown. The ruling of touchdown is under further review.
No way he caught this inbounds.
Oh, goodness. It looks like his toe might be out of bounds. This is really close.
The runner's toe hit out of bounds. It's an incomplete pass. The game is over.
Incomplete, and Kansas City wins this game by a toenail.
Again.
The epitome of football is a game of inches. He was inches away from going into overtime. If Nick Bosa didn't knock him out when he caught that ball, then probably would have been a different game.
As long as we get a W in that win column, that's all I care about. It could be ugly, it could be beautiful. I don't care. As long as you win, that's the name of the game, right?
Yeah, white fleece on this touchdown all day. That was huge. That boy's first long drive drill. I know. That boy's first long drive drill.
Hey, how about those?
Get away with some of the like she had some short pieces that they cut from sports, but
I'm gonna take a shower and change it too, okay?
you make me something? Whoa, what did you do?
Daddy, Mommy, for Daddy today.
Oh, for Daddy too, for me and Daddy.
Those are all for us.
So Sterling was born out of season, but Bronze was born in season, yes. With this one, however, it's going to be during playoffs.
Me and Brittany have dated since I was a sophomore in high school. It took a long time. There was a couple times where I was trying to get out of the friend zone and it didn't work. I like it a lot.
Thanks. You love the buddy. Yeah, it's hard.
Here, come here. Hugs and kisses.
He did this little cute thing for Valentine's Day one day at lunch at high school, and he brought me a rose and a card.
My mom had given me a rose to give to somebody. I was like, I'm going to give it to surprise her at lunch.
I thought it was beyond cute. We just kind of went from there, and look at us now.
It's been a wild ride these last few years, but at the same time, I think I've just been who I've always been, and I feel like I'm still the guy that grew up in White House, Texas.
Patrick, you ready to go to school? Stayed up too late. I'm gonna go to sleep. Tell Mama hi. Give me a kiss.
Baseball was probably the biggest part of my life growing up.
Run!
My parents always tell stories about how they'd have to stay up all night just throwing the baseball to me, and I'd hit it and run around.
I used to call him the Energizer Bunny because he never stopped. I would go to sleep and I'd wake up and he would have a game going in my bedroom. He would be running bases at, 2 and 3 years old. Like he knew it, and that's what his passion was. Woo! Run!
As soon as he came out, you know, he's had a ball in his hand. And I don't know if he thought he was going to be a professional athlete, but he always lived his life like he was going to be one.
Mahomes 2-2 to Reid. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. The ball game is over.
My dad playing professional baseball. The Mets was probably my funnest time because he was in the World Series.
It was in New York, so it was the Mets against the Yankees. He was for the Mets, 100%. And hearing his little voice, boo, you know, he's like, boo. Did you boo Derek Jeter? Did you boo Derek Jeter? Derek was on the other team, so he had to boo him a little bit.
2000, during the World Series, I'd throw the balls down to him in the cage, and he would hit it. And his big goal was to hit the ball over that fence. He couldn't do it. But he's trying every day. He's trying every day. Fox had set up a stage out there behind the fence. I'd have Patrick down there, and he started hitting it. And he started hitting it over the fence.
Oh, yeah.
And they were looking down, and they were like, who is that down there? It's little Pat Mahomes. The next day, when we went down there to hit, that all the guys on the set had gloves, and they were, waiting for him to hit his home runs up there so he could catch them.
Home run, home run.
I thought he was a shoe-in. Could have been an MLB player.
Patrick Mahomes Jr. getting the win on the mound. 16 strikeouts in a complete game no-hitter.
I thought he was a lock in baseball. And then he said, Dad, I want to play football. I want to do this football thing. And I think he just fell in love with it. Plus, Friday Night Lights in Texas, that doesn't hurt either.
I was a cheerleader, and our quarterback at the time was graduating, and we were having the conversation of, well, who's going to be our new quarterback? And Patrick said, I think I'm going to give it a shot. I was like, wait, what?
My junior year of high school, I was splitting time at quarterback. I think my fourth game, I come in and I throw for like 200 yards.
Patrick Mahomes, touchdown, White House.
Ever since then, it's been a match made in heaven.
Once I went and saw him in person, I think he had like 5 touchdowns in the first half, and we left at halftime. I'm like, dude, if we don't get this kid, we're missing out on something really special.
A big day for high school football player Patrick Mahomes Jr. He made it official by signing with Texas Tech.
In 2017, I was co-director of player personnel. At the time, I didn't know that Patrick Mahomes was a prospect. You're kind of working through different position groups. Started out with tackles and was watching a left tackle prospect from Texas Tech. As you're watching the tackle, you're saying like, oh, that's a pretty cool throw.
Cross the field and it gets it complete.
And you're like, who is this guy?
That is just phenomenal football IQ by Patrick Mahomes.
You're like Googling Texas Tech roster, and then you're looking for number 5. Who's number 5? Patrick Mahomes.
Mahomes in for the touchdown.
Wow.
Makes a couple of men miss.
All of a sudden, you're down this rabbit hole trying to watch every throw from a quarterback that really wasn't even on your plan for the day.
Mahomes dancing. Lets it fly.
Coach is walking down to see who's here, and he comes in the back room, and he, at the time, said, what are you doing? And I said, I'm watching our next quarterback.
Red Beach was one of my summer interns with the Eagles. Always have those guys evaluate players for me, and he was accurate with it. And then when I came to Kansas City, I ended up hiring him. And he said, you got to watch this guy. This is the best guy I've ever seen.
Mahomes, touchdown, Texas Tech.
One, man, this guy, he grew on you and kept growing on you. Backyard playing ball, the skill, the feel.
People didn't know how to scout Patrick Mahomes because he played this crazy, inventive, non-traditional style of football.
And now he hits the afterburners. Highlight reel touchdown.
A coach from an NFL team that came in said, I want to take a shot at greatness with this guy, but I can't get my front office to see it because they're scared.
This is like my favorite throw of him. It's just him buying time, ad-libbing with his feet, and then just like flicking this thing from like the most unorthodox position, and it's just effortless. My daughter, who's a teenager now, but she was younger at the time, she's always asking me at a younger age about my job and what do you do? And I think her vision of the job was to write people's names down and just pull them out of a hat. I wasn't a super big football movie guy, but obviously everybody watched Draft Day. We had watched that movie weeks prior to the draft. And so she did see that one part in the Draft Day where Costner's character had the name written down. I was just getting ready to leave, and she hands me the card, said, "Pat, no matter what, there's nothing more special than your daughter writing that."
That time leading up to when he was leaving for the draft, it was just kind of a reminder to be relentless, stick with what you believe, and what he believed was Patrick was the future.
Everybody here has this palpable sense of anticipation.
It's probably one of the most nervous I've ever been in my entire life. It's because I just loved Coach Reid, and I thought that if I wanted to be who I wanted to be, I needed someone like that coaching me.
It was just exciting and nerve-wracking, and I remember between people being drafted, he's like, "Mom, is your phone working? What if we have no service out here?" So we were calling each other in the middle of the commercial breaks to make sure our phone was working, because it was either going to be his phone or my phone. And I remember him having a nervous feeling what if they can't get a hold of us? And I'm like, they're going to be able to get a hold of us, I promise.
Hello? Yes, sir. Yes, how are you doing, Coach?
The Kansas City Chiefs no longer have a first-round pick in next year's draft. Wow. They just traded it to move up 17 spots.
Partisan.
With the 10th pick in the 2017 NFL Draft, the Kansas City Chiefs select Patrick Mahomes II, quarterback.
I tell you what, our entire group here is really, really excited. Andy and his offensive staff, they're going to do a great job with him.
Looking back on it, we had the smallest of window to execute something that was completely changed the landscape of not just the NFL, but I mean, more importantly, this city and this community. It's hard to believe it wasn't supposed to happen this way.
I mean, it's awesome. So you can't even explain the feeling. It's just a total excitement. And I know they have a guy out there for right now, but I'm going to work hard and just be ready to go whenever the chance comes.
The history of quarterbacks in Kansas City before Patrick is kind of Len Dawson and then everybody else.
The greatest quarterback in pro football, Lenny Dawson.
There was never a guy in the 40 to 45 years post Len Dawson that they could say, this is the guy who's going to lead us to the promised land.
It was tough. I knew we were going to take a quarterback. Andy knew that at least that it was really likely. I had no idea that we were trading up. So certainly there was an element of shock there as well, especially because we've been pretty good.
For the first time in 22 years, the Kansas City Chiefs have won a playoff game 30-0 here today.
I didn't go up to Alex and go, "Hey, will you teach this guy, who's going to take your job?" That's not how it worked. I just said to Alex, I go, "Don't worry about that guy. You just go have your best year." He did that. And at the same time, he let Patrick into his world.
Aaron and I were drafted the same year, right? I heard about how, he and Brett, and that it wasn't great. We signed up to play a team sport. I remember just promising him I would never undercut him.
My thought process was I was going to be a backup quarterback, and I needed to learn as much as possible from Alex.
It's 1,000 questions. He worked hard. He worked really hard at all the little things.
The first time I started getting a little bit of validation were clips that Brett Veach would periodically send me of what Patrick did at practice. And it was almost every week, which of course had the coaching staff, buzzing.
Well, I knew I was getting traded as soon as we lost to Tennessee. I mean, immediately.
The Titans get the victory in the wild card round, and the Chiefs' season comes to a crushing stop.
We'd had a lot of regular season success, but just not a lot of postseason success. And so in a lot of ways, the writing was on the wall.
Washington agreed to acquire Alex Smith in a trade with the Chiefs on Tuesday night. The deal means Patrick Mahomes will take over as a starter in Kansas City.
I look at it now, and it's got to be extremely hard. You have a guy that's been the leader of a team for, I think it's 5 years, and got to be hard to lose that guy. But they embrace me for who I am.
Mahomes will throw. Touchdown, Kansas City!
Everybody was just blown away by how he was throwing the ball all over the field, all different types of ways.
Starting left, peeling right. Fires it late. It's caught in the back of the end zone.
That's how you fucking sling it, boy. That's how you sling that shit.
That was the first time I'd ever been on the football field and felt like magic happened.
He's looking to the left side. He throws it left-handed to Tyreek Hill. A first down.
Almost a no look.
No look sidearm.
Oh, my gosh. How do you not like watching him play?
In his first season as the full-time starter, Patrick Mahomes threw 50 touchdowns. And he did it with flair, and he did it with style.
Patrick Mahomes sets another NFL record.
He's the NFL MVP, and the Chiefs find themselves in the AFC Championship game against the New England Patriots.
Burkhead to the end zone. Hello, Super Bowl, New England. Mahomes never saw the football in overtime.
Has to wait another year.
One of the greatest things Brady ever did after the overtime win that the Patriots had, he was with Patrick for 15 minutes, just telling him, keep doing what you're doing. You're the future.
Ladies and gentlemen, a 3-time Super Bowl MVP, a 2-time NFL MVP. He's got 13 National Football League records already, and even more so, 15-3 in the playoffs. The incomparable Patrick Mahomes.
Wow.
Let's talk about this Bengals game a bit. How big is week 1 to week 2?
It's huge, because you learn who you are a lot in that first week. Obviously, you build throughout the season, but that first week you see how the guys are going to respond. How the team is going to come together. For us, we played a great team, and we have another great team coming to Arrowhead this week. So it'll be a great football game, and I'm excited for it.
Andy Reid trying to get 2 really impressive early season wins if they can knock off Cincinnati today.
Week 2, we're playing the Bengals, and it's a close game.
1st and 10. Handoff Pacheco. Push back, no gain.
Cincinnati gets off the pile. Now Piran comes in as Pacheco limps off the field.
Got tackled going up the middle, heard a pop sound, and stood up that play, and I took a few steps, and I'm like, ooh, that don't feel too good.
Pacheco is down on the ground, getting stretched out and getting examined.
And we took him in, got the x-ray, and sure enough, he had a fracture, not just a high ankle sprain.
Isaiah goes down. Isaiah, you got to understand, is a big part of this whole thing, the heart of the team.
Pacheco just brings something that no one else on that team does. He runs angry, and he brought that energy, and then the dance moves when he scores. He was the juice guy also. It was a huge loss.
Timeline they gave me was 6 to 8 weeks. During that moment, I was crushed. I knew I was just getting warmed up.
Isaiah Pacheco was their number 1 running back. He is gone indefinitely. And that was on top of Hollywood Brown, who only made it to preseason. Those were their 2 top weapons.
When we were in Jacksonville during our first preseason game, Hollywood was tackled. And when he got tackled, he came down on the side of his shoulder. And he had to then go in for surgery.
Hollywood Brown is not walking through that door anytime soon.
We've had a very fortunate history here in Kansas City of keeping guys on the field, and it just hasn't gone our way this year.
With all the injuries, it does help that Rashee Rice has kind of filled that void, being their top receiver. They need him to obviously be someone that they can count on.
You can just, Rashee Rice is something special.
Mahomes lofts a pass near side inside the 5-yard line. Rashee Rice stretching out. Kansas City undefeated, 3-0 on the season.
Now quiet down.
And so far, Rashee Rice has been the answer.
Your second 100-yard game of the season. How did you have so much success tonight?
That guy right there. That's all I got to say. In practice, everything we practice, it comes out here on Sunday.
On a gorgeous day, we bring you inside SoFi Stadium for the Chiefs and Chargers.
3 wide to the left of Mahomes. Play action fake. A left side throw is overthrown and intercepted. And Rashee Rice is down with an injury. He is down helmet first.
I didn't realize at the time that I was the one that hit him. So after watching the game and seeing that I was the one that first threw the interception, that one hurt.
Mahomes accidentally hits his teammate, and that right leg gets straightened out.
I saw how hard he worked in training camp and how he prepared himself, and he was having such a great start to the season. That's my guy, man, and Rashee. For me to be the guy that takes him out was tough. That was probably my low point.
When you try to do something as magnificent as winning a 3rd Super Bowl in a row, you almost always get derailed before you get that chance.
You take away your leading receiver, your leading rusher, it's going to be tough.
Next up for the Chiefs, without Rashee Rice, I don't know.